Today is 22nd day and I will talk on the power of active listening. Listen to understand, not to reply. But opposite happens in general. When we talk someone, we listen, but before he could finish or she could finish talking, we are ready with our answers. This is not active listening, my dear friends. Watch out what the active listening should be in this episode. I've designed this episode for professionals, parents, and relationship builders. According to Stephen Covey, most people do not listen with the intent to understand. They listen with the intent to reply. Try to correlate with your own reflection. Are you different than this type of listening? Watch out your steps very carefully henceforth. But who am I? I'm Sekhar Kumar Dey, a bestseller author, resilient strategist, and a work-life balance coach. With more than 40 years of my experience in Indian Air Force and in large corporations and in life coaching, I have seen how communication without comprehension creates conflict, confusion, and burnout. Communication is a great art. Understand how the art should be applied. I want you to assume certain real life scenario and you try to resonate. Here is Megha, who had been following my strategy. Who was she? She is a team leader, interrupts her team members mid-sentence thinking she has solving problems until they stop bringing issues altogether. She bursts into before the team member could finish their point of view. As a result, they stop bringing up the issues to her knowledge. It is not a healthy, symbol for a team leader. Colonel Rao, a retired veteran and a father, gets upset because his grown-up children rarely call him. My dear friends, this is a typical problem with the people with higher age bracket. But when their children call, what happens actually? He talks the whole time. The children don't feel heard. This dampens the communication between Colonel Rao and their children. This is not active listening. Arab, a teenager, tried to express his stress about exams to his parents. But all he got was, "We had it tougher in our time," parents talking to them. And he now just nods in silence. Because parents are very busy recapitulating their childhood stories, then listening the problem knocking in the door of a knob. My dear friends, these are not active listening at all. These are passive listening. Now learn the tool of the day, the listen framework. This is an abbreviation form of LISTEN. So there are 6 steps in this framework of active listening. What are they? First is L. Look at the speaker, eye contact. As a speaker, you must look eye to eye with your team members. This establishes a direct contact, a direct rapport, direct line of dialogue. I invite them to speak with open body language. Your body language is a very powerful tool. Use it optimally. When you invite team members to speak, Do not stand stiff on the guard on the stage. Give a welcome sign, something like this. Welcome them to come to you, come to the stage, or open up, things like that. So they not only listen you, they understand your body gesture, that they are welcome to share their opinions. Yes, suspend judgment means when they speak, your only job is to listen, not to form any opinion. Never do that. Listen, only listen, without forming any opinion, because you don't know what is next in his or her mind, right? That he needs to speak out for you to understand. T. Tune in to tone, pauses, and emotions. When you're talking with your team members, with certain emotions you are talking, no doubt in that. Your emotions should be expressed, should be manifested in proper tone. Proper tone. Yes, my dear friend, I understand you have some issues. Can you see the difference of the tone? Give a pause is a very powerful tool. Like, my dear friends, give a pause. I understand, give a pause. You have certain issues. You're facing certain challenges. Let us share it. Got it? E. Echo key points to show you understood. Having heard the complete version of your team members, you repeat to give the message to the team that you are very much on board with their prospects, with their perspectives, with their challenges. It is their issue you are addressing, not your issue. So your voice must echo their concern. N. Neutralize the urge to interrupt or advise. When they're speaking up, in between, do not try to give a solution when he is yet to complete the complete version of the problem or the issues in hand. So don't interrupt or don't start advising in the midway. Stop those urge. So these 6-step framework you got to follow to be an active listener. Got it? According to Harvard Business Review 2020 reports that active listening boosts trust, improves team performance, and reduces misunderstandings. Obviously, when you do active listening, your team members feel they are heard. So any communication gap is neutralized. They feel they are heard, they are respected, and their views have a place in the decision-making process. So lot of misunderstanding just eliminates just by proper active listening. And obviously this improves performance. Research from Wright State University shows that 75% of oral communication is ignored, misunderstood, or forgotten due to passive or distracted listening. This is a major experience of majority of the people. Having attended a seminar or a lecture, ask yourself, how much do you remember what you have been told just now? You'll feel that 75% of the discourse has just vanished from your brain. There is nothing left over in you. Okay? This you'll feel. Right? So, or whatever little you have understood, that is broadly misunderstood. And certain things you have already forgotten. So, active listening is important to that extent. That means the very purpose of conducting a seminar or a meeting is nullified. No use. Rather, that much time is getting wasted. It is a big loss. It is a highly unproductive. Hence, the only process is to undergo the active listening process with the framework I have said now. Now, here is the real life impact. Following this framework by the people who have been following my strategies, Megha began listening fully before offering input. Her team now shares ideas proactively. Now the team members feel they're very much part of a decision-making process. They're very much a part of a team. That belongingness grow. Colonel Rao practiced quiet listening. His children opened up more and started calling regularly. This is the impact of following my strategy of 6 steps framework of active listening. 6-step framework is listen. Okay? Arab's parents learned to listen without comparing. Arab began to talk about his goals and anxiety, reducing his stress and improving connections. In one of her parental coaching situation, often this is the problem was coming up. Then they started following this 6-stage framework of active listening. And over a period of time, things improved. The relationship between father and children started improving. Children started improving their performance because their concerns were addressed, not ignored. Today, you take one action. Have one conversation today where you only focus on understanding, not advising or fixing. Test whether you have learned active listening, what it is. If not, go through the episode again and again. Understand? DM me. Did it help you listen differently today? If you like it, then subscribe and share or tag a friend and stay tuned for tomorrow's 23rd topic, Building Grit, how to keep going when it gets tough. Thank you.